Hi everyone, it's Fitz with your daily delivery. Hope you're doing well. I am great, mostly because I'm inside. It was really cold leaving Brammer's Coliseum, but K-State won, beating the 13th ranked Arizona Wildcats 73-70. And your Kansas State Wildcats are playing well for a few reasons. But these wins are really sweet to Jerome Tang and his team, and I'm going to explain why right after I explain that I need you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. It'll feed kids around the world. Well, at least it'll feed me. And the dogs will like it. The dogs don't watch YouTube. Anyhow, thanks for subscribing. Man, I've never seen anything like this. And probably as a function of the transfer portal and teams kind of coming together late and having to gel as the season goes. It just took K-State way too long. And maybe it wasn't too long. Maybe they can find a way to get to the NCAA tournament with an incredible, furious run to the finish. Well, they've won 6 straight. That does it pretty well. They've beaten Iowa State when they were ranked number 3. They've now beaten Kansas and Arizona in back-to-back games at home. And Jerome Tang just went up into that student section as he does and just had a party with the student sections celebrating that win. But he said something after the game that I thought was really interesting, that all of these wins right now are extra sweet because they went through so much struggle, through so much bad basketball and people being down on them. And now they're suddenly playing like they can. And honestly, they're playing like they're the best team in the Big 12, even though the standings don't reflect that. And there's some reasons why they're playing that way. I've talked about Doug McDaniel and what he's doing right now, but on Tuesday night, he was absolutely incredible. McDaniel ended the game with 24 points and 5 steals, including the game sealer. But as I've said in the past too, they're playing to roles. They seem to understand what all of them are supposed to do in every aspect of the game, including handling a press much better in this game than they did on Saturday against Kansas. But the guy that really made a huge play in this game was Moby Ike Garuka. And he is so active and athletic, unrefined as a basketball player. Still has a lot of stuff to work on. But in his short time on the court, 14 minutes, he had 3 steals, including a huge one in the game's final minute that he stole and led to a dunk. It was an and one, and he missed the free throw. But it was still a remarkable play at a remarkable time for a guy who hasn't played a bunch of college basketball. And the final aspect why they're playing so better is this defense has gone from, well, crappy to really good. They are playing amazing team defense. They're all moving in unison. They're shape-shifting around when the ball moves around, and they just weren't doing that. It was easy to get open shots against them earlier in the year, and now you can't. Arizona's really good offensively, and they crashed the boards, and they didn't do either one of those very well. They didn't shoot it well against K-State's defense, and Kansas State outscored Arizona in the paint, and this was the best paint scoring team in the Big 12, according to Jerome Tang. Tang's team just keeps finding answers. They keep getting better. They now are showing signs of being able to overcome not complete performances, because this wasn't. K-State went 1 of 19 from three-point range. 1 of 19. Now, if you watched K-State earlier in the year, that would have just torched every other aspect of their game. And they would have just kept shooting those three-pointers to get it corrected. And before you know it, they're 3 of 35. Well, 1 of 19 didn't cost them the game, in part because Arizona didn't shoot it well either, but they made up for that with great plays, particularly Doug McDaniel attacking the rim. K-State is off the rest of the week until Saturday when they play at BYU. Utah comes on Monday out there in Salt Lake City, and our Ryan Gilbert will be out in the mountains of Utah to cover those back-to-back games, as Kansas State is now 7-6 in the Big 12, with an opportunity to make the most unbelievable, unlikely run to the NCAA tournament. But they can't be losing. They better keep on winning and add to this winning streak, because every loss is a step closer to being left out. And they are on a roll. They've got to keep rolling, though.